Hey everyone, Brill here. So I like to read a lot. I love books, always have, and as I've gotten older it's seriously become a problem. So I watched a video on a YouTuber named Carrie Hope Fletcher, and where she talks about books that she recently purchased or books that she likes and stuff, and I thought it would be fun to do a video about it myself. So this is going to include some books that I kind of love to go to reread. I've reread a lot. I like to reread. I think a little more than I actually like reading new books. So yeah, I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite books. Also, two new books that I've recently purchased that I'm really excited to read and that I actually think a lot of people should read because they seem so far to be interesting. So I hope you keep watching. Thanks! I like to read over and over again as part of a series. I only have the first two. I need to get the third one. I haven't read that one yet. I don't know why I haven't gotten it because I love the two, but I also need to reread them. And these are books that maybe I should be a little embarrassed about, but I love it too much to be embarrassed. And I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I think you should just admit to what you like, and who cares if other people don't like them. But clearly a lot of people do. And that's the Elixir series by Hilary Duff. So this is the first one, Elixir. It's a really good love story, sci-fi mystery kind of book. The first one is really good and it just kind of captivates you, and it's really fun and I really enjoy it. I should reread it. Hence why I'm talking about it. And then the second book in the series is called Devoted. It's also really good. I originally bought this on my Kindle and read it on there, and then I had to go back and get the hard copy because I just like to have multiple copies. This one is really cool. It's really sad. It made me I bawled my eyes out when I read this in public, on the bus, on my Kindle, and I was literally just crying my eyes out, so thanks for that, Hilary Duff. It switches, like, views, which is really cool. So it starts off with the main character, and then it switches to this sort of spirit that's involved in the storyline, which is really interesting. It kind of confused me at first when I first read it, but then once I got used to it, I was like, oh, I get what's happening. It added a cool moment to the book, so that's really good. Like I said, I need to get the third one. I don't know why I haven't had it yet. But these are two I would highly recommend. Like I said, I always reread these, go back to them. Anyway, the next book that I absolutely love, this author I will literally purchase pretty much every book she puts out because I love them so much. And that's, but this one's particularly my favorite. I think it's because it's the first one of her books that I read. And that's Along for the Ride by Sarah Dessen. Her books are just super sweet and really captivating, I think, and they make me cry, and I like all the stories. This one is my favorite. I don't know why it's my favorite, but it really is. But any of her books are really good. I also like What Happened to Goodbye. And I like because in all her books they take place in like the same area, and so sometimes in some of them they'll introduce the same characters like quickly, and like you'll sort of like, if you've only read one it won't really like affect your reading of it, but if you've read multiple books of hers you're like, oh hey, I was wondering what was happening to that character. Maybe that's just me that thinks that, I don't know. But this one's really cute. I don't ride bikes, but it's involves bike riding, but it's really a really good love story. And I like the character's name, which is Auden. I think it's a really cool name. Anyway, so that's one of my favorite, literally go-to all the time. Any Sarah Dessen books, if I'm in a need for a book, I will usually pick one of her books first, and I own a lot of them. So there's the last two of the sort of I would reread at any time, any, you know, thing are more adults, I would say. I don't know how I heard, I heard about the one at a bookstore. My friend bought it and then I went and bought it. I literally read So there's 2 of them. They're not continuations of each other. They're just by the same author, and I really love them. So the first one is God-Shaped Hole by Tiffany DeVillotto. Not sure. It's seriously one of the best books I've ever read in my life, and no matter how many times I've read it, I bawl my eyes out, and I cannot put it down every single time. It's a really good love story with a lot of passion. The characters are super endearing and super cute. I love it. It's super sad also, but it's really good. Yeah, it's a really, really good love story. When I first read it, I don't know how old I was. I feel like I was in college, but I read it in 2 days. And it's a decent sized book. It's not super big, but I read it in 2 days. Love it. And then the next one of hers that I love as well, and I will always go to, is How to Kill a Rock Star. This one is so good. God-Shaped Hole takes place in LA. This one takes place in New York City. This one was the book when I had swine flu. I know. You couldn't take any medicine, and this was the only thing that would help me kind of calm me down, because I was in so much pain that when I was reading this, I really cleared my head. It was really nice. This one is also a love story. This one's really cool because it switches people who are telling it. So one is the main girl character, one is the main guy character, and then it switches to third person, and it's another kind of guy that comes into the story. So it's really unique, and it's really cool. It's super sad, but it's also really happy at the same time. These 2 books, I literally, when I moved to London, I didn't bring any books but my Bible with me, and so, but I brought my Kindle, and so I had books on there, but I needed sort of hard copies, and I actually asked my parents when they came home for Christmas to bring me these 2 because I missed them so much, and I literally will read these all the time, constantly. They are fantastic, and if they made these into movies, I would probably die in a corner because I'd love to see these stories reenacted. Like I said, these both are a little more mature, so they're not for the young adults age, I would say, but they're good ones. I haven't started reading, but I'm really excited for. The first one is called Jane, and it's by April Lindner. I don't know how to say last names. And it's basically a modern retelling of Jane Eyre. I love Jane Eyre, so I thought this would be a really fun one, and so far I'm only a little bit into it, but so far it has sort of all the creepy things that Jane Eyre has, and it's gonna hopefully have the love story that Jane Eyre has, and I'm really excited for it. So there's that one. And then the last one I have is one I probably normally wouldn't pick up, but I was at Target, which I don't actually normally buy books from. I stick to Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and half-price books to buy books, but this, and then I rock a library card, and I do library books. So for some reason, I just felt really I saw it on the bookshelf, and I was like, oh, this looks really interesting. I don't know why. And it's called Code Name Verity, and it's about World War II, and about a girl that gets captured by the Gestapo in Nazi-occupied France, and she's British, and it's her, they're trying to get the truth out of her, and because it's a British spy plane that they found her in, and whatever, and so it's really good. So far it's kind of funny. I think it's gonna get tense, and I don't know, we'll see. I'm 14 pages into it. Oh no, did I lose my, oh I didn't. I'm a book folder. I fold the pages down. 14 pages into it, and getting over just first getting into a book hump, but it's really good so far. I'm looking forward to it. All the reviews on the back of the book seem really exciting. Thanks for watching my little book video. I hope it was somewhat interesting. I will put the link to Carrie Hope Fletcher's book videos below. I think they're really cool videos and I like watching them, so I hope you like watching mine. And don't forget to subscribe. I feel so weird saying that. Anyway, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Have a good day.